Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome all. Hi. This is a shifting video. We're going to talk about the last time I went to Toshinori's house. I'm going to explain everything that happened. I'm not going to do any spoilers. So no spoiler, guys, not this time, sorry. You might hear noises in the background. You might hear insanely happy laughter. If you do, just ignore it. It's normal in this household. So I shifted back to Toshinori's house after that close call last time with Hawks. I almost ended up in bed with him again. I wasn't gonna let it go that far, but whatever. So last time I brought this little toy that could scare Frodo into crying. I decided not to do that. He is a baby, he's my son, and I felt bad afterwards. I shouldn't be throwing him into my problem. God. I can just tell you guys what happened, okay? Just let me tell you what happened. So I shifted back to Toshinori's house. On my way to his door, because I took my time getting there to his door. I walked as slow as I could because I knew, there was a good chance, there was a 90% chance Toshinori would probably be home alone. And that if I went to see him, I'm pretty sure he had some kind of punishment waiting for me. He hadn't got me back from before, from the last time, from the tase and all that stuff. And I didn't stay when he asked me to, so I denied myself to him, but denied me to whatever you called it. He said, "You denied me." I said, "He denied me. You denied me from touching you last time." I know he's gonna say something like that. So I was just prepared to just really just be with him. I was trying to stay mad at Toshinori. I was mad at them for a long time, and I was mad at him. But it's really hard to stay mad. I even tried. Like I tried to hold a grudge, and I tried to be like angry, but I really can't be angry anymore. I don't really hold on to stuff that long. I held on to it for a long time for what they did, but at the same time, a lot of other stuff happened. And so like all my other feelings kind of came forward, my feelings for Frodo and that sort of thing. So I'm just grateful that he's okay. He's gonna be like my first priority now. I definitely have to see him, but I need to see Toshinori. Maybe talk some things out with him if I can. If he wants to talk to me, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so I knock on the door and missionary doesn't answer the door. So I go, great. Well, is he at work? You know, hmm. I know how to get to Hawks's house. So honestly, if I wanted to get in touch with that limo driver, he gave me his card, trying to talk about a psychiatric evaluation or something. Yeah, I don't freaking need one. So I had his card and I was just going to use it. I would just call him and have him take me to Hawks since Toshinori's not here. But I thought I would just go in his house while he's not home because I've been there plenty of times when he wasn't there. So I figured just go to his house and I could write like a letter. I could write a letter saying that I'm sorry and I love you so much and I'm sorry and I'm so happy that we got to be together again alone for the first time in like a really long time. So that sort of thing. I didn't really know what I wanted to use for the. I know I needed like a heart or something like that. Like this, I need to feel. I feel like I wanted to give him like a piece of my heart to show him how much I love him so much, and that I'm so grateful that we're together. And even if we have a third guy, so what? He can be there too. I'll like blow him a kiss once in a while. Who cares? I mean, to me, he's okay. No spoilers. I said no spoilers. Anyway, so I'm rummaging through Toshinori's things. I find a notebook and I find a pen. And so, I'm writing down, Dear Toshinori, my love, I love you so much. I love you so much that, and I felt like my hand open and my hand went numb, and the rest of my body went numb too. And like next thing you know, I was like falling. So I fell out of the, you know. So Toshinori was standing over me, and he's like, "Now the real fun can begin." So then I felt him pick me up, and he was carrying me down the basement. I'm like, "Oh God, the basement! Please, not the basement!" But there's all types of stuff that happened in the basement. Y'all remember? Do y'all remember when I locked him in that cage when he was in the basement and I tortured him and raped him in there? And I feel like I'm probably gonna have the same thing happen to me. I just don't know. So I blacked out on the way down. Like I don't remember anything except waking up inside of the cage. So the cage was metal bars. The top part was also metal. It was like an industrial sized like cage for like some kind of animal or something. And he's like, so Toshinori is standing outside, and like I get up and I'm like laying on the floor, and I get up and I'm like, um, Toshinori, and I like climb to my feet, like I use the bars to like climb up, and I'm like, Toshinori, please. He goes, oh, you're awake finally, and he comes and he unlocks the he unlocks the cage, and he comes in and he's like, I have something for you. And I was like, what do you have for me? So then he's like, come here. And he takes my hand and he's like pulling me. He's like kind of pulling me out, but it's more of a yank. He's like yanking me out by like my wrist. And I'm like I'm trying to walk with him, but he's freaking yanking me too. I'm like, what the like he's rough. He's being rougher than no no and I almost want to like grab him from behind, like jump on him and kind of like just hold on to him and have him carry me. Like that's how I feel because I'm like so weak. But he's having me like follow him like this. I almost feel like I'm being led, like a sheep or something. Like he's not. He doesn't have his hand on my collar. It's my arm, but it's weird the way he's like. So like I'm behind him, and we get to like the other side of the basement. I didn't even pay attention to that part. I should have. It was a freaking tub there, and he's like, "Here, get in this bath." It was like a nice boa bath, and I'm just like, "Okay, this is weird that he's doing this." It's gonna be all nice and clean. I'm just like, I'm sitting there, and then I go, Toshinori, what are you doing? And he's like, getting you ready. I'm like, ready for what? He's like, you'll see when you come out. So I get out, and he lays this mat. Okay, so the mat is like, maybe it's like, I don't know. It's like really thick, guys. It's maybe 20 inches or something thick. It's like 20 inches thick. It reminds me of like a boxing mat. Like a boxing mat. You ever been in like a boxing ring before and like fought someone? Well, I have. Okay, so it feels amazing, guys. Have you ever been in the boxing? It feels really good. Anyway, you just want to you want someone to like throw you on it. You want to like fall or be knocked on it because it feels great. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. I'm like, so I'm laying there because I still can't really move that well. And he kind of poses me like a doll in a way. And then he like poses me in like a position to where my hands are like kind of in front of me and my legs are like back. And then he takes my legs from the back, like my heels, and he like pushed them forward so that like so my knees were like under my body. And he like took my hands and he like brought my hands together. So I was almost like kind of sitting on my heels, but then he pushed my back forward so I could lean forward. And he like put his hand under me and like under where my hip was, if you raise my hip. So basically, to get the mental image of me with my like my hands tied in front of me, I have a gag ball like around my neck or something, but he doesn't have it in my mouth. It's just around my neck, and my butt is like kind of in the air. So then like I hear him like taking his shirt off, and he's like roughly like ripping off his stuff, and he's being really loud, like undoing his clothes and stuff, and I'm kind of getting nervous. I'm like, oh, what is she doing? And then he's like, um, here. I look at him and I'm like, what are you doing? And he pulls out. So there's like these gold bells. He pulls them out and he puts one on each of my nipples. So I have these nipple clamps on, and I was always like afraid of them because in like a lot of, well, I've heard a lot of things okay about nipple clamps. I heard they're heavy. I heard they hurt. They like bite down. And, someone said they made them bleed one time, so I vowed to never ever use those. Honestly, it's just uncomfortable. It feels, it's not heavy. It's not pulling. It's not hurting. It's just uncomfortable because it's something there I can't remove or take off with my own hands. And Satoshi Nori, like, I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I was like, is this like, and my hands are up here, and I try to like move them back. And he places his hand on like the small of my back to keep me like down. He's like, no, keep your butt right there. And so like, oh, I forgot to mention something else too. I was like still undressed, so I was like naked. Yeah. Anyway, so get the mental image of me like that. And then he gets behind me and he's like, so I know that we haven't been together in a long time. I know that we haven't had an intimate relationship for a really long time. And I'm going to tell you a secret, okay? And I'm like, what? And Yoshinori's like, I've been holding back all this like a lot. I'm like, okay. I go, well, duh. you know, well, duh. Like, come on. Of course you're holding back, Yoshinori. I mean, if you weren't, I'd be dead from it, or my pelvis will be my pelvis will be crushed. You would have crushed my pelvis by now. And so, oh my god. So I'm like, he's like, this is gonna kind of hurt, but I'm gonna make sure not to break you. And I kind of panic a little bit. I'm like, wait. And I'm like, wait, Legendary, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He's like, no, I don't want to hear I'm sorry now. He goes, why didn't you apologize to me before? Were you ever going to apologize to me? I'm like, yeah, I was going to apologize. Like one day I was. Actually, I'm lying because I actually didn't plan on ever apologizing. I felt like he deserved everything he got. So technically, wasn't going to apologize. And he's like, I know you're lying to me. I can tell that you're lying. I'm like, just let me apologize to you. I'm so sorry. He's like, you're Apollo lying. Apollo lying. That's when you apologize, but you're really lying. So anyway, he's like, I'm gonna start. So then, like the first thrust, I was just like, I was trying to like keep my I was trying to keep my hands in the position he wanted. I didn't care about like falling over, but I felt like if I did, he would like probably give me a spank. He just said he wasn't holding back. I didn't want to get spanked so bad to where I could sit down or something. So like, um, every time, every time he thrusted me, I was about to fall over. He would wait. He was standing. He was like literally waiting for me to like reposition myself back to where I was again, so he can give me my second one. It was almost like receiving licks, but the kind that are like sexual. And it's on the inside. So it's like he was doing that, and then I noticed every time he did this, every time I moved forward like this from him, like this, um, the little bells they were like ringing. They sounded kind of like a tingle, they sounded like a jingle, like a. And then Toshinori goes, what's that ringing of the bells? He goes, it must be Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Riding on Santa Claus sleigh. He's singing it while he's fucking me. And I swear to God, guys, I lost it. Like I was getting like, kind of pissed off because for one, you're singing Santa Claus, okay? And then he goes, ho, ho, ho. I'm like, okay, it's time to grovel. It's time to beg. I go, Toshinori, I go, please stop. And he's like, I'll stop when you, I'll stop when you squirt. As soon as you squirt, as soon as you let it all out everywhere, then I'll stop if you squirt. And I kind of look behind. I tried to look behind me while he was, and I go, yeah, I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't. I've never learned how to do that. I don't know how to. How do you even learn that? I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's something people have, like a gift. The gift of you have the gift of squirting. I know, right? That's so nasty. But it's got to be wonderful, right? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what that feels like. So I go, that's not fair. And he's like, fine, I'll make it more simple. Just come for me. Have an orgasm. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, ho, ho, ho. I'm like, no, no, no. I can't do this. I can't do this. And I'm like, Toshinori, I cannot do this. I can't. Like, I'm going to be raw by the time you're done with me. There's no way that I can have an orgasm like this. I can't do it. And he's like, hmm, sounds tough. And he's still going. And I'm like, I know he can tell I'm getting turned off. I know he can tell because the thing is, like, he has like a bottle of lube next to him. So every time he stops, he relubes and he starts pounding again. And so, usually, usually when him and I have an intimate relationship with each other, whenever we have intercourse, sex, whenever he wants to bang me, knock my boots off, rock my world, fuck me to oblivion. Um, what's another word for it? I don't know, just fuck me hard or just fuck me in general. But it's like usually it doesn't turn out this way. It usually starts off slow and sensual, and when he wants to do it, we just keep doing it over and over and over again until we're like exhausted or he's bitten off too much more than he could chew or whatever. And so for me, I never, ever, 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 ever need any type of. I don't need lubricant. I don't need stimulation. Not really. I mean, I don't need to. I don't need lube usually. But I knew I was getting dry because I was getting turned off, and it was the thing about Christmas time, Santa Claus. That takes me back to being a little girl. And Toshinori knows me so well that he knew I would have that type of mindset right now. There's no way I can be in an adult mindset with you talking to me that way. And now I have a child. I have a child and I'm thinking about his Christmas. There is no way I'm turning on right now. So I'm just thinking like, kind of like Toshinori. I go, I'm really sorry for everything I did. He goes, I'm really sorry for everything I did. He's like mocking me. So then I go, okay, well, fine, if you're gonna do this, I'm gonna say this. I go, Frodo's first Christmas is gonna be just like this. Santa Claus is gonna be riding on a sleigh. Ho ho ho. Here comes Santa Claus. And he picks up the gag and he puts the gag in my mouth. But then after he puts the gag in my mouth, I feel him and he like goes soft. So like I turned him off. Talking about Frodo. Because now he's thinking about this kid and the kid is stuck in his head. So then Toshinori takes a deep breath. He's like, I don't even know why. He goes, fine. If you don't want to follow the rules, you can just stay here. You can stay down here in the "Okay, let me take you back to your cage." I go, "Wait, Toshinori, please." I go, "Me and wait, this is really messed up, guys. Okay, this is." I tell him, I go, did Hawks tell you what happened last time I was at his house?" And he goes, "No." I go, Frodo started crying and I didn't even get to have my moment with him. So technically you're violating your agreement. And he's like, "I don't trust you." I'm like, "I'm being serious. You can ask him." He's like, "Then I'm going to go ask him." I'm like, "You're going to go ask him? You're going to go to his house and ask him and leave me here?" And he's like, "No, he'll be here in a minute." I'm like, "What do you mean he'll be here in a minute?" He's like, "Well, him and Frodo are coming." I said, "Okay, I want to see Frodo, please. Can I come?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He helps me up. He helps me like get out of the stuff that he has me in. He unties me. He takes the rope from around me. He takes like, oh God, takes the bells off, and he gives me my clothes. And I hear the doorbell ring, and he goes up. That's him. He starts running upstairs. This guy's practically naked. Okay, he's running up the stairs. His junk like swinging everywhere. Like you're gonna knock shit over. You need to put it away because it's too big. It's too long. Like anyway, runs up the stairs. Yes, naked, touching everything. I mean, get that mental image of him running up the stairs. His junk swinging from side to side as he's running. He's hitting stuff. Like, does that hurt? Does that hurt? Anyway, so I get up. And I hurry up and do the best I can. I barely put on my bra. It's like hanging off me. I get up there and I forget about the freaking gag. And I go, "Hi, hi, how's Frodo?" And I pick Frodo up, and Frodo's laughing and he's reaching for me. And I go, "Oh, you want to touch my face?" And he puts his hand on the ball. I'm like, the freaking gag. So I snatch the thing from around my neck and I glare at Toshinori like, "You son of you, you mother." So then I'm holding Frodo. I'm like bouncing him up and down. He's like smiling, and then Fox is like, "It's a surprise to see you here." I'm like, "Yeah, surprise, I'm here." He's like, "Yeah, let's go talk for a minute about last time. I think I figured out what the problem was with Frodo." I'm like, "You did?" He's like, "Yeah, I did." I'm like, "Okay." I go, Toshinori, I kind of want to hold the baby. Like, I want to keep him because he's like my safe haven. I'm like, "Toshinori, I'll be right back." Then I take Frodo, and he goes, "You can leave Frodo here. It's okay." He goes, "Where's a good place to talk, Toshinori?" He goes, "You're going to go talk." He goes, "Yeah, we're going to talk." I'm like, I'm looking at both of them. They're glaring at, they're like, they're not glaring, they're freaking smirking. And I'm like, what are they freaking planning to do? Can you see my, oh, you guys can see my Boxu behind me? Boxu. I have a subscription over there, Boxu. It's good. It's like Japanese snacks and everything. I know I went away. Okay, come back. Come back. Okay, so I go with him. We go into Toshinori's room, and he's sitting on the bed beside me. And he's like, so, Frodo, something scared him. One of his toys scared him. I don't know which one because I couldn't figure it out, but he said, "I have a camera in there watching Frodo so I can keep an eye on him. I have a camera on there. Usually I have a camera watching him, but because we wanted to interact with each other, I wasn't watching the camera, but I saw him and I saw a weird toy. Did you take that toy?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I couldn't find it anywhere. I tried to look for it and I wanted to scare him again by accident. I don't like that. I don't think I like it either if it scares him. I tried to zoom in on the camera to see what it was, and I couldn't see it on my camera." I'm like, "Yeah, I took it." He was like, "Did you bring that there? Did you bring his toy there?" I said, "If you haven't noticed, I brought a couple of toys for Frodo to play with." I didn't know that he was afraid of that. He goes, "And why is that the only one you took with you?" I said, "I don't know. I just chose something to take with me Since I can't be with him all the time, and I can at least hug the toy. And then he's like, "Can I see the toy?" And I'm like, "No, because I don't have it with me." And just flat out lying. Because you don't, I did not have the toy. No, I didn't have the toy with me, but I wasn't trying to keep it to hold it close to my heart. That toy was literally to save my ass. So I was just like, he's like, "Oh, so," and then he looks back at the bed. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Well, Toshinori's in there with Frodo, so we can resume back to where we were." And he like kind of does this to he does this to my hair. He's like, and I'm like, he goes, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "Nothing, nothing's wrong." Because you seem really on edge. I think I can get you calm. I think I know what to do. And I'm like, I think perhaps some tea would like help me feel better. It's so awkward because I was just downstairs with Toshinori in his basement in a cage with a gag in my mouth, with my hands tied up behind my back, with him singing jingle bells to me and saying ho 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 Santa. And now I have this man trying to hit on me in this room, in Toshinori's room. Toshinori doesn't give a crap. He just does not care. And I'm just like, so I'm sitting there and he's like touching my hair and he's getting closer to me and I'm like, think of something. Think of something you can do. Oh, I can vomit on command. I can vomit. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret, okay? I like to vomit. Who else likes to vomit? I don't know. I would much rather vomit. I'd rather vomit 100 times than have diarrhea once, because all it is butt vomit. You know what? It's absolutely repulsive. It's the most repulsive thing on the planet. So yes, vomit is better. Sometimes I try to swallow it back down. Am I grossing you guys out? I know. Yeah, that's what I made myself vomit. Some of it got on him, and he said, "Oh God, I told you I wasn't feeling well." And I get up and I run in the bathroom and I'm like wiping it off. And then Toshinori knocks on the door and he's like, "Hi, Canada, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me in." I'm like, "No, I don't want you to see me like this. Don't look at me like this." He goes, "What are you talking about? I've seen you. I've seen you. Trust me, I've seen you like that already." I'm like, "No," because of that video last time. I'm like, "I think I need to go." He's like, "Oh, just," he goes, "What about Frodo?" I said, "It's fine. Just kiss and hug him for me. I don't want to come close to him like this." And so I call my guide. My guide shifts me out. My guide shifts me back here. So guys, I'm thinking maybe I don't know. That was like a double team. I feel like that was definitely a double team. Like that was them trying to team up on me some kind of way. And then the weird thing in the basement with Toshinori. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. I guess that was his way of getting back at me, but at the same time, I know that's not it because he didn't go through. I didn't go through the forest again in his backyard, whatever shit that is, garden forest place. Did not like that place. I haven't peed back there in a long time. I know. Oh my god. It was a crazy time, like trying to go back there. I just want us to get back to how we were. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I know my punishment is probably not over since the guy interrupted. And then Hawks is going to be expecting it too. Like, not punishment, but like expecting something from me. And I'm still pretending to be okay with it. And it's working so far. It's working. At least I got to hold Frodo and kiss him. I gotta draw a picture for you guys to show you what he actually looks like. He's really cute, guys. He's so cute. But my child might get stolen. Like, I'm worried. I hope they can keep him safe. Like, I really do. I can't wait till he's old enough to learn how to use his quirk and he can use it on his own. So if people try and kidnap him, he could just like make them pass out. Anyway, this video was nuts, right? That was crazy, everything that happened. I had to tell you guys though, because I felt like it was time to talk about what happened, since I plan on shifting back there tonight. So you guys will probably be getting another video really soon. And I'm sorry I haven't been uploading a lot of videos. I've just been really busy with work. Like I said, I work day and night. Like I am a workaholic. What do you call it? People who are you working for a check? Or does the check work for you? No, that's not right. How does it go? Are you a slave to the check, or is the check a? That's not right. Are you working for something about working? And it's like you're constantly chasing after something like that, whatever. Because I'm poor, so it's the average person. That's how we live. It's the American dream, man. Totally. Anyway, um, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the bell, ding, like the jingle bells. Ho, ho, ho. So make sure to ring that bell so that you're notified when other videos like this become available. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you all for watching. Bye.